In order to stay up to date on our future videos, be sure to hit the subscribe button. If you've got certain types of videos you'd like to see next, leave a comment down below. Hey guys, Nick's getting ready to start on day 2. I'm going to be heading into work, but I will be back later to help him out with whatever he's working on. So there's a little bit of prep work that he needs to get done. So let's see what he works on today.
So guys, it's day 2 on the project. So far I've had the front end mounted the way I want to do it. I think today we're going to work on removing all that section I spoke about a little bit earlier. Removing that whole cross bracing up front and the factory radiator support. So the radiator is more than likely, I think I'm going to put it in the back on this car, and the whole front section will be a fuel cell. Kind of like, it makes it a lot easier for the belt drive fuel pumps that we run. Right now we have a 12 gallon a minute pump from Aeromotive, the 11115 black pump. It's they'll support a fair amount of power on alcohol, but I might be going up to like a 16 gallon a minute pump just to make sure we don't run out of fuel. We're also going to be looking for some big injectors here shortly. When I say big ones, I mean we need over 500 pounds an hour per hole. So I'm not afraid of running 16 injectors like I did on the old setup, but they're definitely going to have to flow over price. We're probably going to have to go on more 600-700 pounds an hour of fuel per hole to be able to run methanol. This thing should make pretty good power. So I'm not exactly sure what way we're going to go there. I'm not opposed to using some good used injectors. We are going to be driving down the street, so a couple sets, something like the 2700 cc a minute injectors, or maybe a real big set and a smaller set to drive on, or possibly even 24 Bosch 210s. I could control all that through the Holly system, so that's another possibility. But I think we're going to get this front end fully done so we could start mocking up that stuff, so I can start laying out the frame as to where I'm going to have all the bars go, where I'm going to have you know, the mid plates. That's going right along the firewall. But front plate, this, that, everything else, front suspension, all those components, I want to prep the whole frame and get everything in line. So here it is, day 2. I'm going to finish up my breakfast. Got a nice real strong cup. Probably got I don't know, way too much. Don't tell Maddie, or my mom for that matter, how much sugar I put in my tea. But it keeps me going. There's a lot in it. So I'm going to sit here and look this over for a few minutes, get a game plan for the day, and then we'll get after it. We're going to just put a temporary piece right in here just to hold the frame rails intact while I cut out the back section of the car. We'll start off at 25 5/8. Alright guys, nothing fancy. Simple crap. Just holding the frame rails in place, holding them square and everything like that. Then we'll go and fit the front end one last time, make sure that's all good. Then I'll be able to start marking out where everything needs to go as far as front plate, mid plate, and all that stuff. So guys, I'm gonna be going in here real soon. And we'll be taking all these rivets out, grinding down any of these raised areas in here, just so the motor plate, the mid plate rather, will fit flush against the firewall here. But we got this bar tacked in here. That was a little bit warm, but we got this bar tacked in here. It's just temporary. Of course, the oil pan's gonna sit in there. But until I get the front of the car figured out, as far as suspension mounting points, as far as where the fuel cell's going to sit, as far as what room I have to work with here to fit the fuel cell, the drop axle, and all that stuff, this bar will just stay in here temporarily. So now we're gonna go and smooth out the firewall, then we'll go after the cross brace once we get the body in 100% the proper position. Right now it's just sitting on the frame. Then I'll start indexing where my main hoop's going to be, where the bars are going to sit in the chassis. So on this deal, we're going to have the main hoop right behind the driver's seat. It's not going to be laid back or anything like that. It's going to be just 90 degrees. The thing I like about this chassis is these frame rails, they come up. So allow me to run, on the 30 I ran a 6-inch drop axle. I might be able to save that axle out of the car. If I can, we'll run a 6-inch drop axle in here. But the way the frame is raised and where the axle lines up with the frame, we have a little more clearance. So we should be able to run probably about like a 4-inch drop axle on this, maybe even less, which is has a lot of rigidity to it. The way I do the coilover mounts onto the drop axle, we mount them as close to the spindle point as possible, or as close to the kingpin as possible, to keep any flex out of it. This deal here is going to have, I had a panhard bar run, which worked perfectly fine on the 30, but this car is going to have a lot of suspension travel in it, just for some of the no prep stuff and some of the ideas that I want to try out. We have to be able to package all that stuff up in this area here. So in doing so, I gotta lay everything out as far as, I'm just gonna make little mark points out of Sharpie points and just mark on the frame. Okay, this is wheelbase length, so I know that the axle is going to sit somewhere in there. I know the rack and pinion is going to sit somewhere in there. I know that the motor on the big block Chevy is whatever it is. It's 24 3/4 inches from mid plate, 24 3/4 from bell housing, or bell housing, where the bell housing bolts up, until the front of the motor. We're adding a 1/4 inch mid plate and a 1/4 inch front plate, so that's going to add another 1/2 inches. So we're going to be about 25 1/4 inches from firewall to the frontmost point of the block itself. So we're going to have to go through all that, and we'll get after it here shortly. Just a quick explanation for exactly what we're doing here. Let's grab it up by the cylinder bores and we'll walk it that way.
It's gonna come off the pallet, right?
Sure. Nope.
We should just grab the pallet. Put it down. Like I've said before, guys, thanks for watching our videos. We've got more coming for you. We're really going to start building the car as a race car, so stay tuned for the next coming videos.